What up, guys? YouTube, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been behind this microphone here. I have not done a voiceover in ages. Feels like months have passed by since I've had to use this microphone. And I don't know, you guys, my edits lately have just been more or less raw footage, or in some cases, like motivational videos or just workouts with music put over them. And it's not like I'm being lazy. It's just that my workouts recently, I find that the rawness of them is complemented by uploading the videos as raw footage, so you guys can really see how I train when I'm in there alone. Of course, I have my tripod that I set up and stuff, but I've really been very good at flipping a switch and having an absolute focus in the gym recently. I look like a little bit of a psychopath in this video, but in order to warm up and get in that state of mind, that's what I have to do personally. And I've been going to the gym. I aim to go earlier in the mornings. I think this workout was closer to noon, honestly. But I always love it when it's an empty gym. And when I got there on this day, it was like a completely empty environment. Excuse me. And a perfect opportunity for me to set up my camera and tripod, not get in anyone's way, because you guys know how, I've had problems in the past with people complaining. But after like so many years of filming now, especially in this gym, most people know my face. Most people know that I film. They've seen me do it, so they've already formed an opinion by now, by this point in time. So the goal for this session, and I did have like a goal in mind, which is kind of weird, but I wanted to get under 3 plates in the behind the neck presses. I had done it one other time before, but I was very nervous. I didn't have a spotter. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle this weight. So in this session, I was heart sent on getting under it and trying to rep it. So that was one of the bigger goals of this session. After that, it was all about engagement. It was about bodybuilding. And people neglect, the importance of filming yourself from time to time. Because you can't normally watch yourself in the third person in the gym unless you have like mirrors around you or whatever. And for me, I'm able to analyze how I perform these exercises and stuff. The speed of each rep. Am I controlling my negative? How explosive is my positive? Am I really benefiting from this exercise in terms of my overall goals? Which I'll probably get into here in just a second. But here we are with the set of, not necessarily 315, but it's basically 315 in the Smith machine. And again, I kind of hype myself up, but it's a controlled aggression. It's not like I'm getting so psychotic where I'm, overdoing it in a way, because I sometimes find that, like in the bench press, squat, and the deadlift, for example, if I overhype myself, it's like it takes away from the exercise. I have to have like control and moderation with what it is that I'm doing. So I'm getting very good at manipulating myself and, going into a set. And, I've talked to a lot of people recently, like, with me wanting to avoid conversation in the gym, me wanting to avoid the social aspect of it all. I'm not sure if that makes me a bad person. Like, does that make me kind of like a gym douche to want to go in and get my workout in, not have a whole lot of conversations and stuff? Like, of course, you run into acquaintances and whatnot where it's like you do a head nod or a fist bump, or you're like, hey man, what's up? But I'm not really the type that wants to go in the gym and before I start my workout, when I take my pre-workout, I don't want to have conversations at that point in time. As soon as I get to the gym, I have the same little protocol that I do every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, where I'll get to the gym, I'll walk straight through, I'll swipe my card, go to the locker room, and go to the bathroom stall for a good 10-15 minutes. and that 10 to 15 minutes is for me to go to the bathroom, of course, but I take my pre-workout, I put my headphones in, and I connect with myself. I connect with what it is I'm going to be doing, what exercises I'm going to perform, what are the goals, the ambitions, do I have a program that I'm following on that given day, and I just try to get into a mindset, and that's something that's been important to me since the very beginning. The gym it's so much more than just an occupation for me, obviously. Because when I got into the gym, it wasn't that I was chasing fame, I wasn't chasing money, I wasn't doing it to impress girls, impress guys. When I first got into the gym, it was a means of therapy for me. Back when I was 106 pounds, a cancer survivor, the gym for me was an outlet. It was a place for me to go and put all of these frustrations and stuff into something productive. There's so many different vices that people develop because they don't find an outlet. They don't find a place to go to when their emotions are getting the best of them. And that's why I strongly suggest, like anybody that's going through depression, anybody that has issues of their own, get yourself in the gym and better yourself. Because you're not just going to physically reap the rewards, but you're going to mentally reap the rewards as well. I can't tell you, I don't know what kind of a person I would be if I didn't go in the gym and, destroy my body for a couple of hours every single day. Because I need that. That is my therapy. That is something that I get enjoyment from. And it really sucks when I have adulting that I have to take care of earlier on in the day, because my body is so accustomed to working out in the mornings now that if I don't get my session in early in the morning, then it's oh my God, throughout the entire day, I'm just waiting, constantly thinking, man, I got to get my workout in. I feel miserable right now. So that's where I am right now. But in terms of my goals right now, I haven't talked about the competing aspect of it in quite some time. It's always in the back of my mind. I don't want to say that I'm not even considering it, but right now, realistically, I think that I could do well entering local shows here in Michigan. Whether it's physique or perhaps classic physique, I think that I could do relatively well in some of these shows. And I wouldn't need very much time to diet down. Opposing routine would definitely require a lot of work on my part, but I think it would be within the cards to do. However, that's not something that I have any interest in doing. Just going on and winning a couple of trophies and local shows, that isn't really the credibility that I'm searching for. And that's not really something that interests me as of right now. In the next handful of years, though, right now I'm weighing close to 210, roughly 210, 215 pounds. I fluctuate at 6 feet tall. My goal in the next 3 to 5 years would be to get up to anywhere between 235, maybe even 250 pounds at a lean condition, a conditioning that I'm in right now, a body fat percentage that isn't extremely low and it's not extremely high. Something that's manageable, something that's, the same body type that I've always had throughout my entire life, lean, so that I can look in the mirror at that point in time, just as I'm doing right now in this video with the posing. But, I'm a very critical person. And let's say I get to a body weight of 250 pounds, which right now I can't even fathom that, but I do know for a fact it's possible. Let's say that I reach 250 pounds. I know that I will be able to look in the mirror, strip down into posing trunks, stare at myself in the mirror, and say to myself, you have the genetics, you have what it takes, to step on stage and do some form of damage. to where it won't be a waste of time, to where you aren't going to, damage your health or anything like that. Because I'm in this for longevity, you guys. I know with recent decisions and stuff, people would say that's a contradiction, but I've had blood work done twice in the past couple of months, and I'm really monitoring myself, my body, my feelings, to the greatest degree possible, because people do not realize, the sacrifices that you're making by getting into the bodybuilding and stuff to this degree. You have to be very careful, and you have to make the right decisions unless you don't care about your health, and in my opinion, that's just too reckless. So I will be making a video on that here pretty soon, and I'll update you guys on some things like that. But in terms of my training and stuff, I'm in a position where I'd say I'm training like a bit of a power builder, where the beginning of my workouts are exercises that are extremely heavy. I'm trying to put my muscles through such crazy amounts of weight in order to get stronger, in order to break down, tissue with extreme poundages. And I do this with all body parts, and then I transition my exercises into more bodybuilding or hypertrophy-based rep ranges between 6 to 14. And towards the end of my sessions, as you guys are seeing now, I'll grab like a 5, 10, 15-pound dumbbell in this case, and I will chase a pump. I will chase engagement. So this front raise, for example, I'm just focusing on my front delt being the only thing to lift the weight, the only thing to fatigue, the only thing to burn and, build up that lactic acid. That's what I'm ultimately chasing after. And my volume in my workouts is pretty disgusting, to be honest. I don't think there's a lot of people that would be able to keep up with it, because I'm in the gym for 3.5 hours, and in that time frame, I'm not playing on Snapchat, I'm not playing on Instagram, Facebook, or anything. I'm not talking to people for the most part. I'm in there and I'm constantly hitting it. 30 to, I'd say like a minute and a half rest in between sets that are like hypertrophy based. When I'm going heavier in the beginning of the workouts, my rest time is greater than that, and it's all instinctive. I know when I'm ready to go. I know when I've recovered enough to get the most out of the next set. I'm implementing so many different training aspects, everything from drop sets, supersets, rest pause sets. I'm just trying to put different variations of intensity in my workouts. And, in the past handful of months, the amount of strength that I've gained on several different exercises, and, seeing people in the industry, the fitness industry, getting injured, it has me a little bit worried, because this drastic amount of strength that I've been gaining, it's just a scary territory, because I don't want to injure myself. I have not injured myself to this day. I have never had an injury, knock on wood, besides some like minor joint issues, a little bit of muscle fatigue here and there. But again, I'm pretty instinctive about the things that I do in the gym, and I know when to back off. I know when I shouldn't go to all-out failure and stuff. So I really think that I'm a hyper responder, though, to some of these supplements and stuff that I'm taking, because this amount of strength that I've gained, it's unreal to me. I did not expect to get so strong, and I think it's because of, implementing these strength building rep ranges at the beginning of my workouts. I'm not following a specific powerlifting program per se. I just go in the gym, I change and alternate between my sessions and stuff to get under heavy weight. And I love getting under heavy weight, whether it's, squatting to absolute failure, feeling like you're going to puke, or ripping off some deadlifts, although I've kind of been backing off on the deadlifts, to be completely honest with you guys, and, focusing on growth, just as, it's like a 50-50. I want the best of both worlds. I want the strength, because that is going to contribute to me working with heavier poundages and gaining a lot of size. And I do think that I grow doing things like triples and sets of 5, maybe not singles or anything, but just being able to engage the muscles that you're after. Like, people would question me, what's the point of doing 3 reps behind the neck press in the Smith machine? For me, I'll go in the gym in a week or two, or maybe even 3 weeks, and if I try that again, I'll be able to bust out another 2 reps. And that's all it's about. It's about building strength in specific areas. I've learned to love that exercise in particular, and I really feel like all 3 heads of my delts getting fired up. But that's the end of the video for now, you guys. I love you all so much. Thank you for the support. I'm going to try to keep up with this YouTube thing to the best degree possible. Peace out. Bye.